Hello everybody, this is Dr. Mikel Hoff directly from ANF Academy in Spain. I hope everybody's doing well out there, and as you all can see, the world is still full of chaos. And today I want to talk a little bit of thyroid issues, and just to put a little bit light on what is really hypothyroid and Hashimoto's, and what is the consequences when you get artificial hormones. But before that, I want to start with this crazy world. Yesterday, I was really happy. I was also posting here on Instagram that one of my colleagues here in Spain, in the biggest hospitals in Spain, in Madrid, the medical doctor that also is in charge of infection and virus department, was interviewed by Spanish television. And it was so amazing. I think it's still here. And I know that Instagram or whatever tried to remove it and claim false or whatever, but it was live, so it's not false, it's true. And they interview him and they were claiming, what about now the numbers goes up again, what you're doing in the hospital, we hear that all your COVID-19 beds are full and stuff. He said, where did you hear that? Yeah, but it's true, we can hear that you said it's fully booked in the hospital again. No, we have 300 beds for COVID and we have 3 patients. Yeah, but all this death and all this kind of stuff that you heard about earlier, he said, I'm so tired of you media creating this panic, creating fear for people, because all these people that have died, you have not said the real truth. Did they die of COVID-19? Did they die of infection? Did they die of cancer? What was the real source? Everything you say is COVID-19. And it's not true. And I say it right here now in live television, it's not true. So he was so irritated. But then they said that, what are you doing now for mobilizing the hospital now and stuff? It's vacation time. So what is all the doctors and nurses doing? And he said, they are on vacation. So it was so amazing that at least one stand up and say the facts. Same as me, I said from day one, because I'm a biochemist as well, viral virus that is COVID-19 is not so dangerous as people think. But media have created so much fear and panic for absolutely no reason. And of course, everybody then jumps on it. I have a friend of mine that is a very, very known bioscientist that also work in a very high level that get a rumor or information, whatever he wants to call it. He said that the reason this happened was in Wuhan, or the laboratory where they researched this, they had an accident. They dropped actually a test tube with the virus inside. And they didn't know how dangerous it was, if it was really deadly, it was airborne, or whatever it was, because it was a research sample. And because of that, they leaked to the news of this virus. And it was really, really deadly, so millions will die. And they say, sorry, we should have told you. So this is so crazy. Now this race is going on for a virus that's probably not necessary to even have a vaccine on. And God knows what they put into this vaccine. I know it's a lot of conspiracy theory out there. It's a lot of bullshit out there and stuff like this. But first of all, when it comes to viruses, it cannot be contamination. You cannot get it by touching anything from the food. Or more stupid, here in Spain, our swimming pool in our community was locked down because one with COVID-19 was swimming in the pool. Doing, 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 doing. No virus can survive in chloride. Believe me. A viral virus, have less than 10 seconds to find a host. If someone coughing to your face, right in your face, or in your eyes, because everybody forget to cover the eyes, it's very stupid, or ears, it can also go that way. But anyhow, it has less than 10 seconds to find a host. It means a fresh cell with a lot of protein, so it can steal this protein to survive and create the mutation. It cannot live longer than a few seconds in the air, and then it's dead. It's also the same if you have it in your hands, it's dead. No viral virus can survive this. So don't go in panic, but you don't need to put your face right up here to people that looks a little bit snuffy, extremely red eyes, have a cold, whatever. But that's the same with the flu. Because the flu that will come in December, January is probably 1,000 times more dangerous, and more people die from that every year than they do from COVID-19. So this panic thing, I don't know why, but a lot of people suffers, and it's make me so frustrated and so angry that People say, oh, but I read about this in news, all these people is dying, and they die in my country. Yeah, what of what? And you can see this interview from this doctor in Madrid, and Spain is one of the worst countries. Remember, it's the worst. And he says that, yeah, but he said to the reporter, have you seen any patient, one single patient, that really died from COVID-19, that didn't have anything else and died of COVID-19? It's not one single person on the planet. Not one. And this is facts, my friend. It's not bullshit. It's pure facts. And I know a lot of people love this fear thing and do business of it and see opportunities of selling masks and God knows what. And I think it's good the governments react, but I think also they need now to come to common sense. 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago, one of the medical doctors from World Health Organization, WHO, indirectly news in US of A, also admitted they have overreacted what the whole thing and the reason what they should do and stuff. But she said that this is facts that we know now that we couldn't know, but we know people that now haven't got anything is also resistant to this. But still we have hospitals and stuff that give antibiotic and malaria medication for COVID-19 and destroying the microbiota and killing everything what antibodies is. So don't take antibiotics if you feel very, very sick. Only if a blood sample shows pure virus. Same goes for swapping. Yes, you can see virus by putting swapping behind your throat, but you cannot see what kind of virus. And to do that, you need to have a very extreme lab test, and that takes more than a few days to get a sample. What they do, they swap back in your throat, left and right, also behind the tonsils thing, and send it to the lab and see, okay, this patient have a virus. But it can also be for cold, it can be flu, it can be any kind of other infections. If any one of you have an idea how much bacteria, virus, or other things latent is lying back in your throat, you will be surprised. It's a lot. It's a lot. So anyhow, look at these videos because they're really cool. They probably remove them. They probably remove these also because the media and whatever it is not happy about people that tell the truth. Anyhow, if you are really scared of COVID-19, if you really are scared, ANF therapy can help you so you can never get it, because viral virus can never live over if they're exposed for 60 gigahertz or higher. And we have developed a special program for that. It's called ANF Care, and you find it at anfcare.com. And there you also can order with a specific protocol, how you place the disc, and you use it all the time, and you cannot get anything. I guarantee it, more or less. We normalize the body all the time. We also have treated hundreds and hundreds of COVID patients that had, as I would say, some kind of infection or whatever, that got better in very, very few days. So we actually all the time had a solution. I even contacted presidents, prime ministers, all leaders all over the world, Ministry of Health, and say, yes, we are a new therapy, but we can fix this. We really want to help, but they are not interested. But we was in Italy, we've been in some other places with really, really good results, and this is amazing. So I want to go back now to talk about hypothyroid and Hashimoto's. These kind of diseases or diagnoses is not anything that is deadly for you in short term or mid-long term or ever, but it will affect your body in many different ways. So a lot of patients that have, and right now I would say it's a big fashion to have hypothyroid Hashimoto's. But why do I get it? Does it come from heaven or what? I go to my doctor, he do a test to say you have hypothyroid. Yeah, exactly. The same as everything else, we get directions from Ministry of Health that we should do this and this test, and inside these parameters, if you're too high, you have this diagnosis. If you're too low, you have this diagnosis. If you don't get extreme low or low, especially, you get Hashimoto's. But what happens really to the body if the thyroid is not working properly? Yes, first of all, it will affect your metabolism, digestive system, and also, more important, the thyroid is so much involved to regulate blood pressure, insulin, production of kidney and adrenal hormones, liver hormones, and many other things. So if your doctor said to you your thyroid is dead, he should definitely get another job, because it can never be dead, because that means you will start to develop so many severe autoimmune diseases so fast, so it will be crazy. It can be lazy, because of one or another function. For example, pituitary gland that's in the middle of our brain is one of our most important brains when it comes to regulate how much different hormones we should produce and where they should be produced, is actually general over many of our glands. This pituitary gland, if you had a concussion when you were a kid, if you any kind of blow to your head or had any kind of inflammation in your head, anything that will affect the brain cells and the mechanical and oscillation neurons in our brain, because that is 86 million, then you can get a communication between these two that doesn't work properly. That means the thyroid now needs to start to think by itself, and it cannot do this because it's dependent on the pituitary gland that all the time from the nerve system get feedback that tells we need this kind of hormones for the kidney, we need this for adrenal glands, we need this and this in the liver to be able to produce glutathione or the vitamins, whatever it could be to regulate our intestines. All of this comes from pituitary gland. If that doesn't work, and this is very important for the thyroid, that is actually number 2 in that priority line, to be able to communicate with our metabolism, digestive system, blood pressure, heart rate, and everything doesn't work properly. That means now this cannot produce our T and B cells. That means also we cannot use these cells to do antibodies and many other things. So we go to the doctor, he do this test. And then he see we have this over or underactive or non-active thyroid. What happens is he will give you artificial hormones. Hormones for what? For your thyroid? The thyroid doesn't need hormone, it produces hormone. Anyhow, what this medication is doing, it can make you feel a lot better, but at the same time, it says to the kidney, to the pancreas, to the adrenal glands, to the liver, to your intestines, and everything else that is dependent, most of all your lymphatic system. Hey guys, you don't need to do shit anymore because I have these fantastic artificial hormones. So they mean all of these other function is now getting more lazier and lazier and lazier. Also, these so-called artificial hormones is also affecting your calcium synthesis and protein synthesis. This means from day one, you take artificial hormone or a steroid or whatever they want to give you, you will start to develop severe osteoporosis. Sooner or later, you're going to have pain in your joints. Your legs going to be not as strong as before. You will start also to create a massive amount of visible inflammations. And all of this is nobody telling you. We have now, during 8 years, treated many patients with these 3 diagnoses with enormous success that have absolutely no steroids anymore, no artificial hormones anymore. Also get normal blood pressure back and stuff like this. Because if you have a weak signalation frequency between liver, thyroid, that means the body cannot produce the high amount of glutathione that is extremely important for the thyroid to have. Because glutathione, this is the antioxidant, that is a fusion between different chemical cells in our body and the neurons, is the one that's fighting free radicals. In very few areas in our body, we have so many free radicals as we have in the throat because of breathing and all this kind of stuff, as I talked about earlier. The only place where you produce more free radicals is in the brain. And that says itself, because we are so stupid as humans, so we think so much, so that will create a lot of problems. No, it was a joke. But anyhow, so we get a lot of stuff down through our throat, and because this is called controlling the metabolism, digestive system, and all this kind of stuff, if that doesn't work, and it needs to work to be able to have a high amount of glutathione that remove the free radicals. If it doesn't do that, and these free radicals continue to destroy the cells in the thyroid, that will mean it cannot work properly as it should be. But it can go to what I call survival state. Minimum amount of work to do so much T and B cells so it at least can support lymphatic system and other systems to be able to make it work. Because these T cells is also very important for our liver. Very, very important. Because the liver have more than 500 different functions. That is very vital for us. Liver is the organ you should think of at all the time. And this is very important if you have any kind of these symptoms to stop drinking any kind of sugar drinks, soda. Drop everything what sugar is. Drop everything what is acid fruits like orange, lemon, lime, strawberries, no grapes, no bananas. Because this is work like glue for our body. And then you maybe say, yeah, but what about my vitamin C? Seriously, this vitamin C you get from fruits or whatever they call them is not even close to the one that the body produces itself. So forget it, have nothing to do with it. It's better to change to other different ones because these so-called vitamins that they call it is actually different kind of enzymes and stuff that the body has good to use and can use it for many different things. But you have not heard anyone that take artificial supplements that get normal or back or feeling better. They think maybe, but when you take measurements on them, it's still the same. Anyhow, my friends, this is what I want to share with you here on Instagram today, and I really want to wish you a really good weekend. I hope you enjoy this information, and I love to give some of my knowledge for you people that is worried and feeling stuff. And what kind of symptoms can I have as the last thing if I have hypothyroidism? Yeah, first of all, you can be very, very tired, also fatigued. You can get very easy in bad mood. You can lose everything of feeling to eat, many things like this, and drink water. So this is the most common things. Unexplained extreme fatigue, of course, because the metabolism doesn't work. Anyhow, that go to an ANF clinic. Let them find out what's wrong. We can test your thyroid manually and we can give you a protocol so you can do and use for a time, and you will see you will start feeling better. Find ANF.com. Here you will find holistic therapist or orthopedic therapist all over the world. And some of them have also telephone consultation, and they will be more than happy to assist you. So get some real facts before panic, folks. That's the key. Love you all. Have a real nice weekend. Enjoy your family and friends. And this is Dr. Mikel. Have a good one.